When these outlaws tried to harass this woman, they had no idea that she was a former military canine handler, and they would soon be begging for mercy. These people are so evil that even the sun doesn't shine its light on them. If it did, they'd probably burn to death. On today's episode of our channel, we will see how a group of rowdy bikers tormented a female driver on the highway, but their misery soon came when they realized they were messing with the wrong person. The woman handled dangerous dogs in the military, so she wasn't afraid to fight back. This story is going to make you smile. Just wait and see. Before we start with the video, don't forget to subscribe for updates. It really helps us, it means a lot. Also, turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our awesome videos. A guy named Walker Overland posted a video showing how he and his friends were riding their motorcycles and having fun. But little did they know that they were being followed by a Toyota Yaris driven by a former military soldier who decided to record them. In the video, you can see the motorcyclists driving recklessly and disturbing other people on the road. At some point, they'd even split into two groups so they could harass more people. In an interview, Walker said that it was a Sunday afternoon, and there was heavy traffic on the road because everyone was out riding their bikes. He and his friends were riding in a group of about 15 people. And at some point, the group broke up into 3 separate groups, each consisting of 5 riders. Their intention was to meet up later at a bar, but meanwhile, the Toyota Yaris driven by the woman continued following them. She didn't seem to want to stop following them, which pissed off Walker and his friends. And that's when Walker started recording the video. The first thing you notice when watching the video is the bad attitude of the bikers. They drive recklessly, overtake without looking, and even drive on the wrong side of the road, putting everyone's lives at risk, including themselves. Some of the bikers even drive without helmets, which makes you wonder if they have any respect for their own lives. And then there is the Toyota Yaris that keeps following them. The driver of the car doesn't do anything else but follow them. Maybe she wanted to warn other drivers about the reckless bikers, or maybe she just wanted to show them how stupid they were acting. Whatever her intentions were, she certainly made them uncomfortable. At one point, one of the bikers gets so close to the camera that he literally breathes all over it. This biker seems to be having some sort of problem with the way the driver of the Toyota is following him. He keeps trying to intimidate her by getting close to her and flashing his high beams. But the driver stays calm and doesn't let him get to her. What happens next is something you wouldn't expect. The bikers must have thought that intimidating the driver would make her stop following them, but instead she just kept following them. Finally, one of the bikers decides to make a U-turn and go back. The driver of the Toyota follows him to see where he's going. As they approach an intersection, the biker slows down and turns left. The driver of the Toyota stops at the intersection, probably waiting for the biker to go. But instead of going straight, the biker makes a U-turn again and heads back towards the driver of the Toyota. He gets very close to the car and tries to intimidate her again, but the driver of the Toyota doesn't seem to be bothered by it. This time, the biker decides to pass the car, but as he does, the driver of the Toyota speeds up and passes him back. As they both approach another intersection, the biker slows down and waits for the driver of the Toyota to go before him. Again, he gets very close to the car and tries to intimidate her, but the driver of the Toyota doesn't seem to be bothered by it. Finally, the biker reaches his destination and turns into a gas station. The driver of the Toyota follows him to see what he's going to do. The biker parks his motorcycle and walks into the gas station. The driver of the Toyota pulls over and parks her car. She gets out of the car and approaches the biker as he is walking out of the gas station. The biker sees her coming and starts to walk away, but the driver of the Toyota stops him and asks him why he's been following her. The biker tells her that he hasn't been following her and that she's the one who has been following him. The driver of the Toyota denies it and tells the biker that she hasn't been following him, but that he and his friends have been harassing her while she was driving. She also tells the biker that he needs to control his friends and not let them harass other drivers on the road. The biker tries to argue with her, but the driver of the Toyota cuts him off and tells him that he needs to learn how to drive before he goes out on the road with his friends. She then gets back in her car and drives away. And that's when things get interesting. The biker gets on his motorcycle and starts to follow her. But the driver of the Toyota is a few steps ahead of him. She drives to a nearby convenience store and parks her car. She gets out of the car and goes inside the store. The biker parks his motorcycle outside the store and goes inside. He approaches the counter and asks for the driver of the Toyota. The clerk tells him that she just left, but he insists on knowing where she went. The clerk tells him that she doesn't know, but he refuses to believe her. He continues to insist until the clerk finally tells him that she saw the driver get into a blue pickup truck. The biker thanks the clerk and leaves the store, goes back to his motorcycle and gets on it. He starts to look for a blue pickup truck, but there isn't one in sight. The biker is furious and starts to ride his motorcycle away. But as he does, he runs into a cop car. The cop asks him what he's doing, and the biker tells him that he was just looking for a friend. The cop doesn't believe him and arrests the biker for following the woman. As the cop is arresting the biker, the driver of the Toyota comes out of the store. She sees the biker being arrested and smiles. She then gets into her car and drives away. Now, you might be wondering why the biker was harassing the driver of the Toyota. Well, the answer is simple. He was just a jerk on a motorcycle. There was no real reason for him to harass her. He and his friends were probably bored and looking for some excitement, but they found it in the worst possible way. The driver of the Toyota is a perfect example of someone who doesn't let other people's behavior get to her. She was calm and collected the entire time, even when the biker was trying to intimidate her. She didn't let his bad attitude get to her, and that is something we can all learn from. Most people would have probably just driven away from the situation, but the driver of the Toyota stood up for herself, and that is something we should all strive to do. She didn't let the biker bully her, and that's something we should all admire. The driver of the Toyota is a true inspiration to us all. She showed us that we don't have to let other people's bad behavior get to us. We can always stand up for ourselves, and that's something we should all strive to do. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.